This is known as our fantasy WWE draft.
Let's get it. I'm getting ready for this one.
So there's rules to this, people.
I feel like not a lot of stars. Well, some stars that's in development come to the main roster. Of course, they do it every year, but it's not really lackluster. But it's where to building them up. It's not really star power. It's more like rookie going into star power. It's like hey, old people coming in, putting them over. It's like that kind of power.
You do realize some of those people in NXT been on the Indies for a while.
Yeah. Well, the point is, they new and then fresh to me, and
they're fresh for you, not for other people. These are veterans that are coming
I'm sorry, you guys. They probably been out since early 2000. Well, they don't get me wrong. They have talent. They have a great amount of talent. But I'm saying that well, let's get into the list. Let's just get into the list. How about that?
Well, there's some rules, people. We're not doing all time. That's one. I limit us to 2016 to the present time because anything going backwards, I will need more than just 10 people each. I tell you that right now.
That's probably one of the best time when free agents started coming around anyway. 2016 into now.
Yeah, but of course, Undertaker in his prime, those years and stuff.
I love the Undertaker.
That's a lot. My God. So we did 2016 to the present time.
I'm so glad he retired after 30 years. Shout out to you, Undertaker.
Yep.
Mark Calloway.
We got to do a special Undertaker edition that's going to basically give out our best 20 matches from him or 25 matches.
That's going to be good. It's going
to be a long one.
That's going to be good. That's going to be real good. Right. I actually like the Undertaker. He's one of my favorites. Outside of he's up there above Rock. He's above Rock. I like the Rock, but
dang Rock.
hey, I like the Rock, but hey, you good on the mic. But Undertaker, he was in Motor at WrestleMania.
He was great.
He lost to his whack ass Brock Lesnar anyway.
That's boring.
I seen in an interview where Undertaker talked about how Brock Lesnar didn't even need to win in that WrestleMania. I completely agree.
That's weird because I seen one that said that he wanted. Well, that's Vince. I take that back. I'm sorry. That was Vince McMahon.
Vince wanted to do it, but Brock Lesnar didn't want to do it. Let's put it like that.
I mean, I don't think anybody wanted to take his streak. I wouldn't want.
I would. That was my dream.
I was a big fan of him just retiring at 20-0.
I wanted to take his dream. I wanted to take his streak at 30-0.
That wasn't happening. I don't think he would have kept wrestling that long. He'd have been 70
he
plus.
He probably would 80. If he never got injured at some of those WrestleManias.
I think 25 was his big injury because that dive over the top rope against Michaels and he hit the cameraman.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt his neck.
I think that was like the beginning of the end of his full time because beforehand he was wrestling a lot of full times. He was wrestling a few months.
Yeah, he was still like had some speed up until that point.
Right. Then after that's when he started doing the once a year or once every few months. That's what I was like, man, that's crazy. Yeah. Just thinking back on it right now, that's why I started managing. I was like, dang, that's crazy. Because he did come back. No, I take that back. Well, no, because he came back a little later. And
I thought it was after WrestleMania 26.
26 is where he came in, and beforehand he was challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship. He was World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, he was still full time. It's probably late 2010, early 2011,
something like that. It was real close by where he just stopped wrestling full time, sadly. But I'm so glad that I was watching SmackDown during his run because
SmackDown was entertaining.
It's very special to see Undertaker come in.
He's made SmackDown.
I think some of y'all, if y'all wrestling fans,
y'all veterans,
y'all need to go ahead and go back to some of those early 2000 it's called the Ruthless Aggression era from 2003-ish to about
02.
Late 02.
It's late 02. That's when Johnson and them came in.
I'll say the 02 draft, the 02 WWE draft, from then all the way to about like we say 2011, 12-ish when he stopped wrestling full time.
Well,
he got that right there. To me, was probably the very best version of the Undertaker that we ever got.
At one point he was a biker. He wanted to do something more fresh.
And then even when he went back to his Deadman gimmick, it's it felt new.
Yeah,
it felt new.
It's kind of like when he went back to his Deadman, he still had kind of his biker persona because he still has bandana.
That and he was able to wrestle against so many different people. Randy Orton got his big time. That's where it felt like Randy Orton was a superstar.
To me, some of them matches he had with certain people like Randy Orton, Edge, some of them matches I feel like should have been a 5-star. But in WWE cases, it's hard to get a 5-star match.
It is definitely difficult. It's not like there's not like a whole book of them. I tell you that right now. It ain't a book of them.
And when most people criticize me more, I said, well, in certain ways, WWE have more 5-star matches than they did back in the day. I'm not going to criticize a wrestling style back in the day. But
of course not.
It's most definitely better than the 80s.
I mean, I could trash back in the day, which I probably will do when we do a complete wrestling edition.
I said it. Most matches are better than when it was back in the day because you ain't hear about no 5-star match in the 80s. Hell no.
It's the 80s though. Anybody looking for a 5-star match?
Fuck all that, like I said.
I think even then in the 80s, it's more about star power.
Yeah, it was. I never did like Hulk Hogan.
There you go. Randy
Savage is better than him.
Yep, I agree.
He should have been the face of WWE.
He should have. He said, I think I seen one Hogan. He's like, during that time, him and Randy Savage like neck and neck for top face that Randy Savage could have took over. I was like, well your ego. So I know that wasn't happening.
Well, it was your ego, fucker.
So, back to our little fantasy draft. So what happens is, he has SmackDown brand, and I have the Raw brand. I do too, but I let him pick which one he wanted.
I beat him to it.
We picked out 10 guys for our world title divisions.
Or main eventers.
Either or. Mid-carders were 10 also. The women's division was also 10. And then the tag team division, I stuck down to 6. Main reason because the tag division really don't get looked at that much. But when you do, it gets overcrowded, and sometimes it just feel like it's been lost in the shovel.
And some people don't have like TV time as they should.
Pretty much. So I limited like that. We add in 4 random pay-per-views because
I did a little throwback on mine.
I did actually all 4 of mine some throwback.
Yeah, so was mine.
Yeah. So I didn't put no limit to the pay-per-views because why would I? It's WWE and they keep coming up with these new stupid pay-per-views like Over the Limit. What is that?
Stepping Grounds.
Breaking Point.
Fatal 4? That was terrible.
Capital Punishment.
Great Balls of Fire.
I mean, we go. It's a list.
Great Balls of Fire.
It's a list. It's like, what is happening right now? So we didn't. Better yet, what's your first pay-per-view?
Oh, okay. My first pay-per-view is Unforgiven.
I have that too.
I'm gonna forgive me. I'm gonna put my foot up your ass.
I had Backlash.
Damn, that makes me too. I'm so sorry. I got No Mercy.
I did not get that one. That's a nice one.
Okay, that's different.
Vengeance.
I got Judgment Day.
And I finished it off with Cyber Sunday. Ironically.
I didn't pick a 5th one, but let's just say I'm gonna throw in No Way Out.
Okay, so for me to replace my Unforgiven one, I will have to go with I don't even know really because I can't even think of one. Bad Blood.
Okay, that was a good one. It was only like 3 events of that.
Right.
I'm gonna put it a little more old school. Replace Unforgiven and put in Your House.
There you go. That's our 4 pay-per-views. We agreed to one of them, the 2 of them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pay-per-views were a little difficult because I was looking through
There's a lot of pay-per-views and some names stupid.
I was going through and I was just staring. I was like, man.
Super Showdown is supposed to be the second WrestleMania. That's pathetic.
I'm good on that. Okay. So who do you have for your general manager?
My general manager is Shane McMahon.
I took Kurt Angle.
Okay. Reason why I picked Shane McMahon because when the draft came back in 2016, I feel like it was more land of an opportunity. That's why I picked Shane McMahon. I
picked Kurt Angle because he's not wrestling. I'm not letting him wrestle. His best years, I'll say it. We all know his best years was in TNA. Come on, people. I had to think about it. The longer he stayed in TNA, he was in TNA longer than WWE.
Okay, let's just put it like this. I like his run between, say, 03 to 06. I really like his Wrestling Machine gimmick. When he became the Wrestling Machine, he was pretty good. Like, he did a little remix on his song.
See, and then from like 07 to like I don't even know 2012 probably.
Yeah, 2012, 2011, 2013 probably.
I don't even know. Like
he was at TNA. Top, like he was probably on this. His part of his career in TNA and WWE is probably the same.
No, I think his TNA stuff was better. Actually,
well, I'm saying like the years he was there.
No, it's longer. TNA. Oh, okay. He was way longer. Like before he came back, he was still with TNA for a while.
Oh yeah, well.
So I think that prime version of Kurt Angle is probably what we should have gotten in WWE, but we didn't get that.
I kind of know a little bit controversial why he left WWE to go to TNA.
What was it?
Painkillers. He was addicted to painkillers.
I can see that.
He was overwhelmed, and they offered him to go to get help. He kind of agreed to it. Then he was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go to TNA." Fuck y'all. He's like, "Fuck y'all, I'm out."
TNA back in that time, they wasn't.
There was actually there was Rising. They did give WWE competition.
I miss what was it, 05 to about, right before Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff came in. That was the best times of TNA.
Yeah, that's before the four-star rings came in. Let's put it like that.
I'm telling you, like even when the 4-star ring, I didn't mind it. It just felt like a Hogan and Eric Bischoff. They was just
when they had a little octagon style ring, I feel like it was unique. It was like it's like this is for them.
I think the reason I think I've read, so one of the guys did an interview and they said that they didn't want to do it because it was kind of like a little hard on their back, more like upper neck and stuff, like having it like that or something. It was something for the
octagon.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I heard that just coming from AJ Styles himself, he said when he gets to a 4-star ring, he felt like, oh my god, this feels so much better.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah, that's what a lot of the talent from there. That's what they said. I was like, oh, okay. I said, well, that makes sense. But
he probably felt like he was in heaven when he felt that 4-star ring.
Ooh, probably. They probably felt refreshed. I can imagine. TNA is a brand that they took a nose dive down slowly. I know they got back up at one point. I didn't watch no more. I was out of it by then because of Hogan and Bischoff.
How I came across TNA, I was out of town one day and like somebody said, "Hey, wrestling was on." I looked at it, I was like, "Okay, this is different." And I see some few wrestlers like, "Okay, this show is dope. I like this show." It's called TNA. I was like, "Okay." And it was been out before then. I was just now discovering it. I was like, "Shit." I was like, yeah, I actually like TNA.
I discovered it. I was at home watching TV. I'm just going through the guide channel and it's like TNA wrestling. I was like, TNA wrestling? I said, what is this? I turned it on there and I'm like, huh. I'm just watching it and I didn't recognize nobody up until like the main event part, and that's when the Dudleys came out. I was like, oh, shit, so that's where they are.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow. I was like, okay, so that's where they are. And then I got hooked. I
know a little bit about AJ Styles when he was on TNA before he came to WWE. To me, I feel like he probably, some say his heel run in WWE is okay. I like his heel run probably in 2014, probably to 2015 or something like that. He was in the Indies, part of this group called the Bullet Club. He really showed off when he was a heel there in Ring of Honors and New Japan Pro Wrestling. I feel like that's when doing that run, that's when him and Shinsuke Nakamura first clash, and that was like their best match ever, even in WWE.
Oh yeah.
It was like probably 45 minutes long in New Japan. It was long, but it was good as hell.
I mean, I watched it way better than a WrestleMania match. I can tell you that. That's easy. That wasn't like I was happy that was going to be the match. That WrestleMania
match was hype. I was happy until I saw like, okay, this is disappointing. I'm not. This is bullshit. If AJ Styles ever had a bad match, that'd probably be it.
I wouldn't even say that's a bad match, really, because I knew what was going to happen before it happened.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know.
Quite honestly.
I mean, it was kind of weird how Shinsuke Nakamura turned heel.
Not weird. I was actually for it because he did a lot of heel while he was in New Japan.
It was just weird how they did it. It's like he got on his knees and just low. That's just weird.
I don't mind that part. Everything after. That's what.
It's like that's when he really fell down. You should just give him the title.
Nah.
At a certain point, I think Samoa Joe deserved that WWE title when he was first feuding with AJ Styles. At SummerSlam, that year SummerSlam, he should have had that WWE title.
See, the problem with Samoa Joe was that he was getting injured a lot. That's the only problem. But that's years after going in the Indies a lot. And then TNA, and then same thing with Sami Zayn, same thing with Daniel Bryan, probably at some point. Finn Balor. A lot of these indie guys who did it for so long and then they got to the WWE and people are like, oh, look, they're injury prone. They're not injury prone. They just been doing it a long time, man.
Yeah, they've been Yeah.
I think I still remember Sami Zayn when he messed up his arm before his match with John Cena on Raw.
Yeah, I seen that. That was a pretty good United States title match. It was pretty good. John Cena still lost.
Right, and Booker T was like, "Oh, is this kid injury prone?" I said, "Booker T, I know you just not said that. Come on, dude. Like, you know how old this man is. You know he's been working his tail off in the Indies.
Yeah, he's been
what are you talking about?
He's probably 35, maybe 32. I know he's in his early 30s.
He is. He's like a lot of these guys were.
And what's funny was when Kevin Owens, when he debuted on the main roster, you going to give me some advice? I've been doing this longer than you have, buddy. I was like, oh, shots fired.
For real, though, like,
shots fired.
I think that's the big problem with WWE sometimes is that they pretend like everyone's new. But
they don't know what they're doing.
No, I ain't going to say they don't know what they're doing.
To certain stars, they should build them up more.
I think they should just use the histories sometimes, but
yeah,
I understand you don't get credit to the other companies because they're not real people.
You're not gonna get street credit for me. No street credit for me.
But at least use the history that you have in your own company, people.
Right.
I mean, for real. We're gonna act like Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe wasn't beefing in NXT.
Yeah,
like Samoa Joe legitimately debuted against Kevin Owens,
and we're just gonna pretend that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens never had history together before WWE.
Actually, I think I understand that part. I'm just saying, like, inside the own history of the company itself. Like,
they had
Samoa Joe came out and helped Sami Zayn fight off Kevin Owens. Like, that's his debut.
Oh yeah.
With horrible music. I'm so glad they changed that music. It was really bad. Like, it's like you have your own. Like, I understand you don't want to acknowledge outside history. Right. I'm cool with that. But if it's in your company, it's in NXT. You're the same company.
You gotta at least acknowledge they was in NXT together.
I mean,
it's like they never had. It's like when they say it's Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens fight. Oh, it's the first time meeting never, but they were just in NXT, buddy.
Right. It's like, what are you talking about?
They were just there.
They just beefed. Like, what are you talking about?
Or Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. First time meeting. I was like, okay, they were just NXT, dude.
No, they just did
it. No, what are you doing? What the fuck is wrong?
It's your company's history. What are you doing? Like, right now with I don't know if they still together. Last time I watched, they were together. Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't know if they still together because I haven't watched.
Sami Zayn's not there due to him being injured. Right. I don't think he's injured. I think because of the pandemic.
Right. So, but I'm like, well, if you're bored, there's always that Sami Zayn versus Cesaro rivalry that skyrocket their match so far.
That helped put NXT on the map.
Actually, it helped Sami Zayn out a lot because because I know a lot of people was like, why they have him take off his mask and all this stuff? Oh, he's gonna be just nothing good.
And for a while, I was like, man, Sami Zayn need a title. He need a title. He need a title around his way. And then he finally got it, which is,
it's like a history.
I didn't get hyped when he won that title.
There's so much stuff. Like I think we're gonna have to. You're gonna have to sit back and just watch all the NXT takeovers and just rank them.
I feel like he should go back to face. This is what I meant for Sami Zayn.
Well, you gotta put him back in the rings longer.
That's true.
I don't know what happened there. I just know I was why he's not wrestling.
He's all of a sudden he's a manager.
I didn't understand that, but I don't know if it's something outside the ring, something he wanted to do. I don't know, but it was kind of weird. But let's get back to this draft though. You said we got our GMs. Who's your ring announcer? Because I got JoJo.
Hold on. My announcer was Charlie Crusoe.
All right. Commentary. I put the NXT guys. I cannot say his name. Marcelo and Nigel McGuinness from NXT minus Beth Phoenix. I'm not running a 3-person commentary booth.
Me, I'm gonna be basically at Booker T, Jerry Lawler, and Tom Phillips.
Oh, so he's running 3. I'm running 2. I don't need 3 people.
Oh well.
Oh, I guess if we're going 3, then Beth Phoenix can be on there too because she's great too. Yeah. She's not wrestling. All right, so I guess where should we start at then? Where would you like to start?
We might as well. Let's start with tag team. Let's do it differently.
Tag teams. Alrighty.
For my tag team, first pick, I picked Revival.
The Revival? That's a great pick. I didn't put that on my list, actually.
Okay,
surprisingly.
Good.
First tag team I got is Undisputed Era.
Okay. I had it in my mind. But
Fish and O'Reilly. That's all I need. I guess Adam Cole, he's not on my list at all or anything.
Well, he's on my list. But he's not with the Undisputed. Well, he's kind of still. He had an Undisputed Era song, but he's differently.
Right.
Next, we're gonna put a little jobbers in there. I'm gonna go with the Fashion Police.
The Fashion Police. So I'm guessing you building your show a little. I can see what kind of show you build. Kind of look different.
It's different.
I guess I didn't go that route because mine is all serious people. I guess. Number 2 for me was the young grizzled vets. They came from the NXT UK and then they came over to the NXT. I didn't watch them a lot in UK.
I don't give a fuck about UK.
Well, you better to because they are great. Okay. They are top tier. They are really good. I actually enjoy everything they've been doing lately. Actually.
Okay. Third is Street Profit.
I know you was gonna pick them too. I made my list because I knew exactly almost how you was thinking.
Some probably on this list is serious, but at least a couple gotta have a hype.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
And then Street Profit is the hype of right now.
I must be weird. For my number 3, I'm actually gonna not use this team because I want this other team on here now, so I'm marking this team out. My third team was gonna be the mighty Don't Kneel, another indie team that was in NXT for a little bit, but now I don't want them here because I don't want them here. Instead, my third team now is the Vaudevillains.
Oh, okay. I actually kind of forgot about them.
I did too. I forgot they was a tag team for a while. They did a pretty solid run.
They was underutilized when they against the main roster.
Very. But that was one of these teams where it wasn't going to be major.
Yeah. It's probably what I'm thinking about now. Enzo and Cass, I crossed them out on purpose. They're not on my list.
No, I didn't. I didn't care for them that much.
For number 4, he's gonna be a little surprised. The Forgotten Son.
I thought about them.
The Forgotten.
I didn't put them.
We're not gonna talk about the controversy they have now, but
Yeah. For me personally, I had a certain team. I'm crossing them out now because I don't want them now because I got a different team once again. My 4th team was The Miz and John Morrison. The classic stuff.
Okay.
But not no more. It's Imperium from NXT UK.
Okay, I know about them.
They are a great tag team.
I actually like them.
They are now the NXT Tag Team Champions. Congratulations, you guys. I'm digging NXT UK teams coming to NXT and showcasing what they can do because people like me is not watching UK.
It's like UK is like a 4th tier.
They are 4th tier, but they are really good at that 4th tier.
I actually like Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne.
I like them too.
The Mustache.
And that's another person I forgot to put on my list.
I didn't put them on my list, but the Mustache Mountain was a great tag team.
That's another person I forgot on my list.
Okay, number 5, the Viking Raiders.
Viking Raiders. Now, why is that?
Well, the Viking Raiders, there was pretty dominance in outside of WWE and in the Indies.
What were their names? What were their names?
Their name.
What was their names on the Indies? Come on,
their name was the War Raiders.
No. What was it on the Indies? What was it?
It wasn't the War Raiders in the Indies.
War Machine.
War Machine. Oh, okay. The Raiders came in WWE. I'm sorry, the War Machine. That was kind of low key. That was low key disrespectful, though. They change it.
They was a great team, though.
They was pretty dominant in NXT.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
They went through.
What the fuck that Undisputed Era?
I'm just telling you, they went through. My 5th team is actually America Alpha. Some of y'all probably forgot about that team. That's Chad Gable and Jason Jordan.
It's like the cheap knockoff of World Greatest Tag Team. Team Angle.
Kind of, yeah, but they had the same background for it too. They were really good.
Yeah.
Sadly, they decided to break them up. I never
to make Jason Jordan his Kurt Angle son. If you guys never know about that, was pathetic. It was
still a big mistake. They should have kept them together.
And now he's injured.
Apparently, Kurt Angle was still keeping up with that with that storyline.
Yeah, he's still injured.
I don't think he's coming back.
No, he's a behind the scenes producer. You see, if they would have kept them together, Chad Gable would make sure he would never get injured. I'm kidding. I don't know.
Well, potentially.
I don't know.
Shout out to Tyson Kidd because he's also suffered a neck injury and
I really wish that he would have came back. I really wish Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. That's probably one of the in the modern era, the early 2010s. That's probably one of his best tag team outside of the Hard Dynasty, but it really didn't really do much.
Tag team champs.
Okay, so what? So was Tyson Kidd and Cesaro.
That was a good team though back then too though.
Yeah.
I like both
my last pick is Sanity before they got ruined on the main roster.
I understand that the NXT version. I understand that. That was
and at one point when they came on the main roster, I was just imagining them like, oh, what if they would have came out in a helicopter for a WrestleMania entrance?
I mean, you had so many ideas. I understand it's Sanity.
That would have been dope.
Sanity was. I was hoping they was about to be top of the top, but I guess now looking back on it, their run was really quiet. Apparently, they was NXT Tag Team Champions at some point. Yeah. I didn't even know that.
I knew that.
I faithfully watched NXT for so many years, I forgot.
Same night that Drew McIntyre won his NXT Championship, and then Adam Cole came crashing in on his party.
Wow.
I'm sorry, that was older.
That happened in that part?
Yeah, it was.
I don't remember that.
It was.
Not that part, like them winning the tag team titles on that same night.
That's when they won the tag team titles.
You know what that means, right? We need to go watch through all these NXT takeovers. That's what we got to do.
I'm so sorry.
Because
there's a lot of takeover classic.
I mean, we have to watch them and rank them. Yeah. What's the best main events?
Yeah.
The main events, write them down.
Yeah, because a lot of them is Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano.
No, that's lately. That's not all of them.
I mean, I know that's not all of them, but it's like one of the top 10. That's one of the top tiers matches.
They are top tiers, but there's a lot that matches.
And Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano. Yeah, Finn Balor,
Gargano,
Kevin Owens,
Gargano and Almos, Cien Almos.
Yeah,
Andrade,
Cien Almos.
All them. It's a lot, so we'll definitely have to do a special edition for that
next
one.
We're gonna do.
Oh wait, I didn't get my last one. I'm
sorry.
No, you good. My last one was Gallows and Anderson.
Oh, perfect.
Had to. I think them boys got to be on here.
They should have made them great.
I don't understand how you not put them on the team.
That was great with AJ Styles. They didn't really need AJ Styles to be great. That was good.
No, they didn't.
Before AJ Styles joined
they said, "Hey, we're gonna throw him in here." I was actually hoping them and Finn Balor was gonna make the Balor Club.
I
was just waiting on the Balor Club to be made. Never happened. Sadly.
Before they left, Gallows and Anderson, I was hoping that eventually Finn Balor was gonna join them. Before them, it'd be epic.
I mean, they were together. They was together for a short time.
Yeah.
It didn't matter though. WWE wasn't doing nothing main. I think they were just doing it for people like, oh, they did it. But let's move over to the mid card.
Oh, okay.
Mid card. I go first this time.
You're probably not going to agree with my first pick, but let's go ahead.
All right. Well, my first pick is the most biased pick ever. My favorite wrestler of all time is Rey Mysterio.
Okay. He's not on my list.
I know. But he's not going to be in the world title scene, people. I feel like he has run there.
That series, that part ended for him.
06 for me. 06. 2010 was
2011 is when he won the WWE title.
2010 he also won the world title again.
2011 when they screwed him over when he lost to John Cena the same night.
What
was the point? God. What was the point?
That is
thirsty ass John Cena.
I think that was just bad booking. But then again, they mess up all the Summer Punk, so that's just a whole topic.
Summer Punk, on a pipe bomb. We're never getting into that today.
So who your number one?
Number one is the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne. He was actually at the rank of my first.
I had to pick him as my. He's pretty good. I actually like his finisher, the bitter end.
He is very bitter with that.
And I like it how he's a submission technician.
I think he's like a lot. He's everything.
Yeah.
He's like a complete package. I'm just like waiting.
Yeah.
For my number two, I have a borderline two different people, but I'm gonna see what the rest of our list look like before I actually give the other one. But my number two is Cedric Alexander.
He is on my list.
Aha,
I'm gonna have to cross that out.
Yes. I put him on here because when I watch him wrestle, I feel like he's like a young Shelton Benjamin. He just right there fits perfectly for the mid card division.
Yeah.
Borderline of world championship, like a contender for it, like not winning it, but like contender.
He might.
Money in the Bank style. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Cash it. Go ahead and be the first black person cashing in WrestleMania.
He need to be the whatchamacallit. I was thinking, like, when I was looking at him wrestle, I was like, man, hopefully he doesn't leave the WWE because they're not booking him correctly. But
yeah.
I said, but I don't know. I said that cruiserweight division for him, nah, he need to be up. That's why he's in my mid card division.
Okay.
He can probably be my leader for the mid card division.
Shall I go on to my second one?
Yes, sir.
He's not very popular, but he's doing a little something nowadays. But Austin Theory.
I was gonna put him. I was thought about him. He was crossing my mind a little bit, but I was like, nah. Yeah, I seen a match or two from him.
Yeah,
not bad. I like the way his gimmick is. You know, I feel like he's the future of NXT. I was like, it's kind of weird. The future.
It kind of took him off NXT too fast.
I think he's on the main roster
Yeah, he's not really doing much. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, he need to go back to NXT then. What they doing? I think the last time I was hearing that they were just calling up random people that's not doing anything on NXT. I was like, please stop doing that, WWE. Please stop.
To replace Cedric Alexander, it's Tony Nese.
Tony Nese? Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. He has that real... He kind of reminds me of Neville.
Better than him. He's better than Neville. Just kidding.
They look the same almost. I was like, he's like Neville's big brother or something. They was both ripped for no reason. No good.
He's not my third pick, but he was just replacing Cedric Alexander. He was on a little bit on down.
Who was your third pick?
My third pick was Andrade.
He did not make my list for some reason. I forgot about him actually.
That's kind of fucked up.
That is messed up because I love the way he wrestles. He reminds me of a way better version of Alberto Del Rio. Like way. So the fact that he didn't make my list, that's just bad look on me. My third pick is actually Lars Sullivan.
I forgot about that guy. He was at WWE one point.
Apparently he has like really bad anxiety performing in front of like real large
he's just
crowds. But then after that, I don't know what else happened. Then he got injured, and then I think he had some racist stuff happen.
And then he had a little controversy on racism.
That's what I thought.
And then he made a little comment a long time ago about Stephanie McMahon, how good she looked.
Who didn't make that comment yet? But I put him on here because I feel like he could be the big bad heel, which that's what you need out here, don't you?
He probably be he'll been built up to a main eventer.
For me, no, he'll just be built up to a mid card division where he needs to be at right now. What you got for four?
Four is Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy, that's a guy I had on my list. I can mark him out to replace him now. Thank you. I was thinking about him too. Because I was like, he's really came into his own. Yeah. That cruiserweight division really helped him. Like,
right.
Wow. Like, he's amazing.
Yeah, at one point, he wasn't really doing nothing.
He had a tag team with, let me see, was it Wesley Blake?
Oh, yeah, it was like
Wesley Blake.
It was Buddy Murphy.
Forgotten Sons.
Blake, yeah.
Yeah. They had the NXT tag team titles for a while, and they did really good, actually, at the tag team. I'm not even going to lie. I didn't even put them on my list, though. It all
fell apart for Buddy Murphy after him and Alexa Bliss broke. I'm kidding.
Nah, he'd be good. He's in a tag team now. My fourth pick is actually Sami Zayn.
Okay, he's not on my list. Good.
For me, he just mid-card.
Keep that guy on Raw.
That's fine with me. He'll be wrestling on this brand.
Fuck him.
He'll be wrestling on my brand.
He probably be wrestling on SmackDown, but fuck him.
Well, you got your fifth pick.
Fifth pick, Ricochet.
Ricochet was on my list. But he was my second one before I picked Cedric Alexander instead. So
we kind of have a little bit of the same idea.
Yep, you can keep him. I think he's a guy you don't know what to do with. I see that's the reason. He fits your mid card division though. He fits the mid card. It's just they don't know what else to do with that talent.
Yeah.
I mean, he won the NXT North American Championship,
and then came on the main roster and won United States.
But his run didn't really mean nothing. He just had it. I was like, who cares?
He lost to AJ Styles. That's like, well, that went down the drain. Soon as I know he's gonna lose to AJ Styles, like, well, that's it for him. You done.
Pretty much. So
AJ Styles buried him. I'm kidding.
Nah. So my number 5 pick is actually Rusev.
He never came in mind.
He did for me.
He never came in mind.
He got released earlier this year, but I was thinking about world title picture, but then I was like, they
released Rusev because he had a haircut.
Nah, he was been wanting to leave.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why they stopped using him because he got a haircut. Because after he got injured, he had a haircut.
That's how they get.
You got to have Vince McMahon approval for certain things. Apparently, BS.
Yeah, because Zack Ryder did the same thing once upon a time, and that's why he never got on TV.
He did have long hair.
He had. Funny. I think he had dyed it or something because they had a whole different T-shirt for him. So I was like, yeah, I understand that. So I can see why they want certain heads up at least, so they won't make 1,000 merchandises for you, and then now you look different. What am I supposed to do with this? Now this is old news. I need something different.
Yeah.
Who you got for your number 6?
Leo Rush.
He did not make my list.
He made my list.
He did not for me.
I care about you. 24-year-old piece of gold. Oh, he's probably 25 now. Piece of gold.
He is great. He's really quick. It's like ridiculous speed. I'm like, wow, what am I watching right now? This guy's great.
Like a little Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'm telling you. My number 6 is a guy we talked about earlier, so now I'm actually putting him on.
Angel Garza? I'm kidding.
Nah, Tyler Bate.
Okay.
I had to.
Okay.
I just like Tyler Bate. I don't find nothing wrong with him. I just like him really.
He's a year older than me.
He is. He's that talented.
Hey, look at that. I could have made it for one too.
He's great. I don't know why they stopped building him up, but
like he got little legs though.
I mean, they gave the title to Pete Dunne. the UK title, and then like they pushed Tyler Bate to the side. He got part of Mustache Mountain. That's a team I didn't put on my list.
Pete Dunne held a belt for probably what, over 600 days, probably 5.
He was
6?
Almost 700.
Damn.
I think he was 700.
That's
amazing.
Yeah.
Tyler Bate couldn't do that but you never know. Tyler Bate, he's great though. I feel like he doesn't have a ceiling.
I like his finisher.
It was the Tyler Driver 97.
Yeah.
And
after his year, he was born.
Tiger Bomb? Tiger Bombs. That's epic. Yeah. I like classic. Sometimes I like the little classic right there. That's not
right. The little okay.
Which is 7.
Mustafa Ali.
Why?
I don't know.
No reason.
He's gonna be there to rival one of these people on the card.
Alrighty. Okay. From 9, number 7 is Damian Priest from NXT.
He's actually not my mid card.
Interesting.
But he's on there.
Alrighty, he's on here. For me, I got him in the mid card. He's just getting better and better and better.
I gotta pick him. I gotta pick out something else.
He's been getting better. Matches he's been having, he's just amazing. I'm like, yeah, I'm messing with this guy. He's definitely on his way. That's the former Punishment Martinez, I think that's his name, from Ring of Honor or something.
Yeah.
They shared like a video on that Facebook. They shared a video with him and Leo Rush match. He like dominated the whole match, and apparently Leo Rush won with a punch. I was like, I guess I don't know what to tell y'all, man. While he's doing something else, for 9, number 8, it was Pete Dunne, but he's already off the list. So now it's Cameron Grimes.
Okay.
Another guy, another up young coming guy. I looked at him, like the way he looks, you be like, what is this guy? What is he doing? When he gets in that ring and wrestles people, that is a star making, man. I'm telling you. He's a guy that you don't think could hold a world title, but he does, and it's like, that's okay. That is okay with me.
Davari is my next pick.
Number 8?
Number 8.
So did you just lastly pick all cruiserweights for your last couple picks?
Maybe.
That's amazing.
maybe not.
For my number 9, I have my favorite NXT wrestler, or my second favorite, a guy who went through a lot, in my personal opinion, when
hopefully
he got to NXT.
He's not on my list. Hopefully.
It is Roderick Strong.
Okay, he's not on my list.
Strong style, people.
He's not on my list.
He came in NXT with little, like...
It's not that he's good, but he's not on my list.
Oh, he's great to me. He was Mr. Ring of Honor when he was in that time.
Yes, true.
And then he came to NXT. He was a babyface. It didn't work out for him at all. It felt like he was just there going through motions.
I'm glad he's a heel.
He is. Man, I'm telling you, it's night and day, people. Look at like his first couple months as a face in NXT, and then look at what he's doing with Undisputed Era. He looks like he's so much energized. It's like, finally, I got something else I can really do, and I feel great. I'm so happy that they turned him for Undisputed Era. It made him so much better.
For my last one, like you said,
number 9, actually.
Number 9?
Yes, sir. Did you skip one?
Did I skip one? Oh, wait.
Or did you have to mark out one?
No, I got 10.
Oh. I just named number 9. That was Project Strong for 9 for me.
Yeah, I thought it was on 10.
Did you give it number 9?
I did replace Tony Nese with a Cedric Alexander, so I guess that was the one I was talking about earlier.
I have Cedric Alexander.
I mean Tony Nese. Well, I'm saying that he had Tony Nese. He had Cedric Alexander. I got Tony Nese.
Oh, okay. So what's your 10?
10 is Brian Kendrick.
Brian Kendrick. So he did finish off the rest with his.
That's fine, you guys.
The Brian Kendrick. He had his big moments back in the what year is it? 07, 06 and 07 actually. Him and Paul London as a tag team. I'm stuttering.
No.
Great tag team. They came. I think they were SmackDown longest tag team champions for a little while
until somebody broke it.
Yeah, eventually. I think New Day
Deuce
probably.
Dominoes.
My number 10. He's not world title material, which is funny. Because I got his other... Anyway, it's Johnny Gargano.
Okay, yeah, he's not on my list.
Yep, I took him from number... I know some people are looking like,
probably somebody who should be in my world title scene, but that's okay.
Not for me. I think he fits perfectly with the list I have with the mid-card division. Yeah. I mean, he can high fly. He's going to wrestle with these bigs. He's going to do everything. It's going to be some ridiculous
If he ever comes to the main roster, don't ruin him. Please don't.
I don't think he ever.
At this point, just keep him and Tommaso Ciampa on NXT. They've been on there for like 5 years anyway.
Pretty much, I think. Tommaso Ciampa said he'll retire if he had to go call up to the main roster. So
yeah,
that's how serious it is, people. I don't know.
All right,
let's get to these women.
To the women.
Yes, the women's division. Woo.
Number 1.
Who you got?
Sasha Banks.
Not on my list.
Good.
Any reason why?
She's underrated.
Underrated now?
She's underrated to me.
Oh, there you go, people. Underrated.
Her title reign when she was on Raw was short-lived.
It was defeating the Charlotte Flair, man. What you mean? Charlotte Flair over everybody.
I don't care. She's not on my list anyways.
My number 1 is Ember Moon.
Ooh, I don't know why I ain't thinking about it. She's fine, too.
Because she's been injured a lot, but I think she was there. I think they came out and said she might have been wrestling with something. She tore something. She's been wrestling 2 months with it. I was like, excuse me? What is she doing? Like, she better stop.
Her finisher, the Eclipse, is badass.
Woo! I'm telling you, when I seen that for the first time, I said, wait a minute.
I'm like, oh.
Where's the replay?
I was like, right then and there, she should be top tier.
Easily. That's my first pick. That's my favorite. That's probably my second favorite female wrestler going in the WWE right now. Actually,
yeah,
maybe third.
If they fix it, do it right.
Telling you. My number 2, I went with Emma. I don't know if some of y'all might not remember her or not, but Emma was a interesting character.
Oh, we remember her, all right.
It was interesting.
I like Emelina.
You would.
I'm kidding. It didn't even last long. She went right back to. They hyped that up for some reason. Then she went right back to Emma. I said, what was the point?
Well, they did that, and I guess she's supposed to be a comedy, which makes zero sense because she's a legit women wrestler. She came back to NXT, turned that heel, skyrocket. I was like, you can't mess this girl up.
When she first started NXT, she was just dancing. I was like, okay.
She danced her way to a NXT women's title match against Paige.
Yeah.
So I had to bring her on this list.
For my number 2, it's Big Booty Toni Storm.
Yo, did I got her on here? That I do.
Big Booty Toni Storm.
I thought about her.
Keep fine.
Vicious. Her headbutts are ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
Got a big ass booty. No, that's not the reason why I picked her, but she's really talented.
Very, very. My number 3, I got Paige.
Okay.
Yep. I got Paige. Anybody want to?
I should have picked her, but I wasn't even thinking about it.
You ain't gonna pick her because that's my pick. That's my pick.
For me, number 3 to him is she's overrated, and then it's the women's division now, but Rhea Ripley.
I got her on my list. I do not have her on my list, actually.
I'm not surprised because he don't like her anyway.
It's not. She skyrocketed way too quick. That's like the fastest rise. I have never seen something. That's probably like Brock Lesnar level when he first debuted type rise. It was ridiculous.
That's true.
Because she won the NXT Women's title, and she held that for a while. And then when she lost it to Toni Storm, she came to NXT.
She mean
and
UK.
She legit. Yeah, my fault. Yeah, NXT UK. And she lost the NXT UK Women's Championship. Came to NXT, and it was like she didn't lose a match. I was like, what is going on here?
And she automatically on down the line challenged Shayna Baszler for the title.
She took the belt off her.
Yeah.
They had the War Games, and her team was down just to her and Candice LeRae.
And she won?
2 against 4, and they still won.
I was like, what the fuck?
That's a monster.
That's John Cena
No,
level.
that's Brock Lesnar few months into the WWE type push. That is ridiculous. Not John Cena's level was never. It's not even close to that one. I was like,
what
wow.
I mean by John Cena level is that she was Super Cena at that time. I'm just kidding. But yeah,
Super Brock. I was like, that's ridiculous.
Who's your number 3?
Number 3 was Paige.
Okay, my number 4 is Naomi.
Okay, I see that. That's what's up. I had to cross off my list. That's fine with me.
I really like her. She need a belt again.
She need a gimmick change. I'm tired of glowing it up, Naomi. I understand.
She's amazing.
Okay, well, I understand. Let's do something different. Yeah. Your husband and them changed it up. Why haven't you?
Well, before then, she wasn't doing shit.
She was a heel.
Was she a glow?
No. Before they got together, before Glow, she was heel.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
but that heel run didn't last that long because no one cared.
Yeah.
But then again, who really cares when you have literally 9 women in tag, 6? You have 9 women and they all in a tag teams together.
Yeah, it was just weird.
Team Bad, Team PCB, and Team Bella.
Yeah, that was pathetic.
That was horrible.
That was pathetic.
I was like, I don't know what's going on here.
Like, okay, now number 5.
I'm on 4.
Oh.
My 4 is Asuka.
Okay, she's not on my list.
Cool.
Doesn't matter.
It
matters, but they ruined her.
Yeah, but she's champion again, so I don't know what to say about that. Number 5.
Number 5, Alexa Bliss.
I don't have her, which is weird because I was a big Alexa Bliss fan after she turned heel.
My respect. Well, I didn't know much about her when she came on the main roster. I know she was part of Burton Murphy and that other guy.
Yeah, she was basically a valet, and she really didn't wrestle much.
Reason why I have respected her because she had eating disorder.
Yes.
That's like a big respect. She turned her little life around.
Oh no, Alexa Bliss, are you single now? Just let me know. I'm just trying to find out some information.
She's been rumored she's been different people, but I think she's single now.
Hopefully, she's fine. My number 5 is Shayna Baszler.
She's not on my list.
Wow, I'm surprised she wasn't. I thought she would be.
She almost made a list.
Almost. Interesting. I brought her in because out of a lot of these women on here, when she was on top of NXT Women's Division, it felt like whoever takes that title is going to get a big push before Rhea Ripley. So I feel like if I can repeat that same success of her being the Raw Women's Champion and push her like that, I'm doing something good over here.
Number 6, I got Dakota Kai.
Wow, they took my number 6 right there. That's crazy. Yo,
it came to
I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. It came
to my mind.
Alrighty, that's what's up. That heel turn definitely made her. That's what's up. That's a nice one.
Fuck her off.
You took that one perfectly, actually. So I guess I got to replace my number 6 with Kairi Sane.
Okay, she's not on my list.
Cool. That's another. She's not weird. Like her gimmick.
She's a pirate.
She's a pirate, but it's like it's not push. It's like I don't think people can connect to it. People can't connect to it. That's the thing. NXT, she was the same way when she was women's champion. It still didn't. It
wasn't even long.
Huh?
That women's championship, it didn't even last long.
It did a little bit. It just didn't feel like she's a champion. It felt like I don't know. She felt better when she lost the title than she did when she was champion. So I mean, that's happened with some people. I never understood that. One. Number 7.
Hopefully he don't have her on the list. Io Shirai.
Gosh.
Okay, we kind of been thinking. It's like we have same minds thinking like.
That is a nice one. I'm gonna have to look for another one now. No, I don't.
You can always have Zara.
I got one more. For my number 7 is Tegan Nox. Actually,
ooh, okay.
I had to smash that because I was going for the Dakota Kai and Nox rivalry for the Raw brand, but you keep on SmackDown. That's fine. Tegan Nox, she's definitely been stepping it up. Big time. Okay. I didn't know who she was. Like, I know she came back after her injury. They was like, yeah, she was on NXT. I said, was she? I was like, I don't remember her. I watched faithfully. So, but she came back, and I'm like, you know what? I like you.
Yeah.
They had a very brutal no holds bar match, I think, at one of the takeovers.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
It was one of the matches I didn't expect nothing out of, and the first couple minutes, and they started going crazy. I said, "I'm sorry, let me put my phone down and let me watch you women wrestle because I'm being disrespectful."
It's like women division. They came a long ways to where they were.
Telling you,
from the Attitude Era.
Definitely,
I had to say it.
Forget that Ruthless Aggression era, right before the PG era started. Golly, it was getting worse.
It was pretty good.
What you got for 8?
Candice LeRae.
I did not have her on my list. I borderline almost had her on my list.
Surprise.
I was close to it. I was thinking about it. I was borderline
on it. To be on SmackDown.
For my number 8 is Mia Yim, actually.
Okay.
The former Jade from TNA, actually. I did not see none of her work in TNA, people, so don't come after me. I didn't watch it.
To get him all the heat.
I didn't watch that at all.
Get him all the heat.
But she's been doing pretty solid. I'm still... Her match against Shayna Baszler actually made me a more fan of her. I was like, that's better.
It's like she's a thug.
She changed her finisher because that eat the feet crap. God, that's the worst finisher I think I've ever seen from the women's division.
She was Charlotte opponent when she first debuted.
Huh?
She was Charlotte. I think she was Charlotte opponent when she first debuted.
Yeah. Somebody else used to use that.
She was slimmer. She had an ass. Now she don't have one.
Hey, she getting older. I'm cool with it. Who you got for your number 9?
Aaliyah.
Why?
I don't know. She's
need a jobber out there, don't you?
Well,
you just gotta get one. You gotta get one, huh?
Yeah, well. Each brand have a jobber, so hell.
Apparently, mine do not. I was building the best of the best. So my number 9 was Toni Storm, but now my number 9 is Bianca Belair.
Ooh, okay.
Gotta bring her.
Did not cross my mind. I don't know why, but she's really good.
She's great. I've been watching her for a while. I've been watching her get better and better.
Why she hasn't been on the main roster lately? She was with the Street Profits one after they won on WrestleMania. She debuted at WrestleMania, didn't she? On the main roster. Well, no, it was before then.
She did a World Rumble 2 years in a row, and then like this past World Rumble, she was longest.
Yeah, I meant when she officially came was at WrestleMania.
After WrestleMania.
No, well, she helped him. She helped him the night of.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't watch WrestleMania this year.
Yeah,
quite honestly,
she was on WrestleMania. Helped them the Street Profits retain their titles.
Sadly, she was in the wrong mix of the women's of the Charlotte and Rhea Ripley feud, so she wasn't gonna win that championship. I was so upset. I already knew was gonna win.
She was a track star. She had no wrestling background. She always been athletic, but
she's been powerlifting. She does a lot. Like many times in NXT, you see her versus whoever, she just lift them up like there ain't nothing. I'm
it's funny.
she is it, man. I had to grab her. I was like, hopefully she still be on this list.
All right,
here's your number 10.
To end it off, we're gonna. I like her recent heel run. She's gotten better. Bayley.
Yep, I didn't get her. As y'all can see, I didn't grab none of the horsewomen.
The reason why I thought about Sasha and Bayley to be on this list is because of that rivalry in NXT.
You got to build up to that rivalry.
Yeah. I think they're building it up to right now.
Hopefully.
It seems like they are.
Hopefully. My last one actually is Piper Nevin. She's in NXT UK, big girl. She wrestled in the Mae Young Classic, and been a fan of her. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and add her to this roster because I think a great match would be her and Shayna Baszler. Actually, I think that would be a very blow the top off. All right, now it's time for our main eventers.
Woo!
This is a big list. I had like almost everybody has a side because names kept popping up. That's ridiculous.
All right,
who's your number 1?
AJ Styles.
I knew he was gonna pick him.
Give it to me. Give me AJ, the house that he built.
Yep. I understand that perfectly. Surprisingly not. You shouldn't be surprised about this, but mine actually number 1 is Bobby Lashley.
Oh, why are you thinking about this guy?
Bobby Lashley's my man.
Big sweaty man.
I've been a fan of him since he debuted in 05.
Yeah. He should have been world champion then.
He should be taking out Brock Lesnar. We should be doing Vince, but whatever. I don't know how to draw money.
Too late. Too long. Too late.
It ain't never too late.
Well, it ain't too late, but
it's called building.
It could have happened at SummerSlam.
I'm telling you.
It's rumors though. If he do, he should beat Brock Lesnar hands down.
Woo.
Fuck that nigga.
Yeah, great match.
Brock Lesnar, you're at the point where you're putting people over now. Fuck you.
He has he does have MMA experience. So Vince, if you need something else to help you boost that matchup, which you should already do it. I mean, you got history. You got Paul Heyman. I'm pretty sure Paul Heyman can talk some history between the two. Like, hey, Bobby, you was only brought in because you was supposed to be the Black Brock Lesnar. And it's like,
shots fired.
Let's get it, though. Let's get it.
Shots fired.
Oh, man. I want credit for that, Paul, if you use that. I want my credit. Don't deny my credit, I want you
to listen to this podcast and say
give my credit.
Speaking of which, number 2.
Who you got?
Brock Lesnar.
I do not have him on my list. I didn't put no part-timers on here.
Fuck you.
Shots thrown. Again. Man, that means I might have
only one part-time on my list, I promise you.
My number 2, it's really difficult to pick between these two, but I'm going to take one now, and hopefully the other one can still be on this list. Velveteen Dream.
Damn, he was on my list too, and now I gotta cross. Okay, now
my man, Velveteen Dream. When you debut, I said, I swear this better be a female wrestling coming in because I don't know what's going on. You came in and you changed my opinion of you, just like that. Purple Rainmaker, man. Man, you great, man. I don't know
like some kind of cigarette.
I'm about to just be. I'm a fanboy. You're my favorite, man. That's my favorite. You and Roderick Strong is neck to neck to my favorite two guys in NXT right now. So if I had a chance, you will be on the main roster in this world title division like that. You got your number 2 now.
Well, I'm on
3, right?
Finn Balor.
That's what I had too, actually. Right there, number 3, actually. Right. Same level and everything. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Finn Balor's a great guy. He turned heel. I think now he's like a halfway face in NXT now.
So he's a tweener.
He is. He came back to be a heel, but he showed that Prince.
He needed that
New Japan stuff.
He needed that. He needed to be. He was. I feel like that he was running thin on the air, and he needed to do something fresh and new.
I was actually pitching him to turn heel on the main roster for so long since he was so boring. And I was like, can we please turn him heel? Like, come on, man. We got Gallows and Anderson. We can turn this man heel. We can do it.
It's like the only time they make him relevant when he's a demon.
Which, that's not even... Then they stopped doing that. Yeah. So it's like, whatever. So since he took my number 3, I might have to come through and take another one. He probably got him on the list, but I'm taking him at number 3. It's Keith Lee.
Damn.
Come on now, people.
He is on my list, too.
Bask in this man's glory. He is the future of this company, even at 35, 36 years old. I found him on the indies watching YouTube, random YouTube wrestling. That's another thing. If you're not a wrestling fan or you're a wrestling fan and trying to get back into it, there's, YouTube, one of these names we're yelling out, put so-and-so versus... And then pick something outside of WWE and watch that match because you'll be like, okay, I can appreciate this more than WWE. Right. And I found him versus Brian Cage from Lucha Underground, AEW. Pretty good, entertaining match. 2 big guys flying around a ring in a small, very small, compacted ring with people surrounding the ring.
Okay. For my number 4 pick, he's probably on his list, Matt Riddle.
Bro. Actually, no. I did not put him on my list.
Bro.
That's a nice one. I don't know how far. I'm surprised he actually got called up. I was heard backstage rumors, but in wrestling, those are just what they are, rumors. Don't believe the dirt sheet people unless it happens. So
I believe it.
Him being on the main roster, I was like, I'm actually surprised. But that's what's up. For my number 4, it's Shinsuke Nakamura.
Okay, he's not on my list. He's not on my list. I probably number 5 is probably on his list.
What you got?
Adam Cole, baby.
I do not have him at my list.
Oh, okay.
He was not on my list.
So Adam Cole, baby, is going to be on SmackDown.
Yeah, so I have to do this, right?
Okay.
I had to be that guy, right?
Right.
A long time ago in the interview, he was talking good for the company. And I put in the comment section that this is going to be a future, I'm saying 5 years, it's going to be a multiple-time world champion. I was correct. Just not the way I seen it. Yeah, I know who I'm talking about. If you don't know, I'm going to tell you now. It's Roman Reigns.
Okay, he was on my list.
Yep. I had to. I was like, you know what? I was debating back and forth. I was like, you know what?
I am putting so many people on my list. It's pitiful. and
I told you I had a lot of size too. He was actually the one. He's one of the guys who didn't have a dash through because I didn't know if I wanted to put him on here. I take him out that freaking vests and crap and let him with new music, and I could push him to the moon if I want to.
Yeah. Number 6, we're gonna go with Owens fight.
He was on my list actually. That was the guy on my list. I have to cross him out. That's a nice one. Another guy who's turned face.
Yeah, he's not. I feel like he should do so much better right now because when he was a heel, he kind of did a little bit more than he's a face now.
Seems like that's always the case randomly. Apparently, this past draft when he got drafted to Raw, apparently they made a mistake and he's supposed to stay on SmackDown. I said that makes sense because he just finished a feud with Shane McMahon and now he's on Raw. I was like, that's awkward. That's really, that was kind of awkward. What number we at? 6?
Yep.
You already went for 6, didn't you?
I did.
Okay, so for my number 6 is another veteran. This man said in the interview, he can probably wrestle until he's 50. He's been wrestling since he was 22, people. It's Randy Orton.
Damn.
Had to bring in another one.
Yeah, well.
A veteran. He's like somebody that can stay in the world title division He can drop down out the world title division. He can work whatever you need him to work. This is a company man through and through, even though he had rough times throughout his years. But I think right now we just gotta appreciate what Randy Orton doing right now.
Yeah, I like him. His heel, whenever he turned heel, is pretty epic. I think he's better when he's a heel than in the face.
Yeah, because it feels like he's more into the character than he is as a face. Because after a while,
okay, to what you on 6?
We on 7 now.
Okay, well, to rival him, he recently came back. We're gonna go with Edge.
Oh wow, not on my list.
We're going Edge.
Older version of Edge.
Kind of a last second thing.
Last second thing, people.
He kept stealing my idea.
So as he's going old right here, I'm actually going with the reigning, defending United Kingdom champion, Walter.
Okay, Walter.
A beast of a man.
He's fucking tall.
He is a monster, actually. That chop that he does, oh my goodness. It's like a chop heard around the world. If I can get him to come to America and actually be here from America and actually have him wrestle, that's easily probably my top heel and world champion. I'm not kidding at all. He's great. Big fan.
Okay.
Come to NXT first.
Number 8.
Yes, sir.
The Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins.
Did not make my list.
Good, because I'm tired of crossing that.
Yeah, Seth Rollins didn't make my list. It's not because he's not a bad wrestler. I just didn't know what to do with him.
He didn't like him.
Dean Ambrose didn't make my list either.
He made my list, but I just recently crossed him out.
Oh, that's tragic. Should have kept him there. Because my number 8 is Aleister Black.
Fuck. He was in my head. I don't know why.
Woo! That's another man. That's another dangerous man.
You know what? Dean Ambrose will bring you back. You just ain't where you're going to be at.
Number 9.
I'm getting desperate. Braun Strowman.
Ooh, you are getting desperate. Because I got 2 people you could probably take. I got 3 people you can probably take.
I got desperate.
You got desperate at 9, huh?
Soon he started taking Edge.
I didn't take Edge.
No, he didn't take Edge. He started taking Randy Orton, Keith Lee, Velveteen Dreams, and Roman Reigns.
I told you, it took me a while, and I forgot a lot of these names. Well, as you doing that, my number 9 is going to be a very difficult guy to push, but I've been a fan of his since TNA, since he cut his hair off. America's Most Wanted, Bear Money. We're talking about Robert Roode, people.
Okay.
The man from TNA, one of the TNA originals. Came to WWE. He looked just like Triple H, y'all. It's kind of weird, though. He's just a little smaller. Smaller. That's the only difference.
Well, this last one, bring it in.
It's a big gun. Come on. You got it. Number 10.
Samoa Joe.
I knew you was going to pick him. That's good. That's what's up.
He deserved it.
I knew you was going to pick him.
He deserved it.
I hope you had picked him. So now I can use my number 10, which is Tommaso Ciampa.
He was in mine. He was in mine. I don't know why I picked Tommaso Ciampa.
I took Tommaso Ciampa because I know somebody gonna say, well, you got Johnny Gargano on the mid card, so you saying he's saying Tommaso Ciampa better? Yeah, I am actually. I'm gonna say Tommaso Ciampa heel or face.
And plus the guy, Johnny Gargano lost a lot of takeovers.
I don't care about that. I just like Tommaso Ciampa. His heel work, A1. It rivals probably Randy Orton's heel work.
At one point at NXT Takeover match, I heard him say, "Fuck you, Ciampa."
That's legit heel heat. That's a great heel heat. The last person on this list outside of that I had that none of us picked, actually, surprisingly, I wouldn't know who I would replace. I probably replaced Robert Roode with Daniel Bryan.
His name is Bobby.
No disrespect.
His name is Bobby Roode.
It's Robert. That's Bobby. His first name. Daniel Bryan was the next name I didn't put on this list at all. Well, he was a guy I was saving for just in case he did not make the list.
Okay, well, you want to go over which title you want as the main?
Oh, sure, we can do that. What you got for what's your top tier title?
I'm going with WWE.
Of course. I knew that was going to happen. I'm bringing back the big gold world heavyweight championship because this is going to fit everybody's perfectly, in my personal opinion.
So what about the mid card?
Let's see, the mid card, that's a difficult one. I didn't know what everybody looked good in. I'm weird. I like to see people look good in the titles they hold. Give me the U.S. title.
Okay. Good, because they're never going to be on my list.
Yeah.
I'm saying mine, I was going to pick mirrored. Over the years, the Intercontinental title had great matches.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Intercontinental title too.
Well, actually, mid cards of that name deserve to be Intercontinental title. It's gonna be weird, but I think it'd be decent for them to be all going for the Intercontinental title at one point.
Why not? I mean,
Pete Dunne, I think he looked good with the Intercontinental title on him.
I'm kind of weird. I was like, man, they all look good with different titles, so I might as well just pick whatever possible. That's it. That's pretty much it.
Thank you guys for listening.
That's pretty much it for our fantasy draft. That's it for this podcast, actually. Thanks for listening. We're going to try to do this a weekly. Hopefully, that's what we're planning on, weekly.
If nothing, don't interrupt.
Right. Different topics, different editions. So I'm not too for sure what's next week's edition is going to be out. He'll know. We'll both know before you guys will. So thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.